Nation, Spicy Raider Girl here with Mother Moon and Omar. What's good? What's good, everyone?
What is going on?
This is your therapy session. We're gonna do a call-in show tonight. So if you want to call in, we'll put up the call-in number. I'll just put it up right now in case anybody wants to call in. But if you're watching over on Facebook, come over to YouTube and make sure to join the conversation on YouTube. Otherwise, we can't see your comments. Please remember, light that torch by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a member, and share.
Yes,
And we are here, your support system. And if you are of age and you do partake, the drinking game alert is just win, baby. I wish it sounds so desperate. It's not like just win, but it's just
How about stop losing? Can I also be a part of the drinking game?
I like that too. Omar, before we get into your thoughts here, I want to say what's up to the chat line. Soldier, Robert Pena, Alex, J-Dub, Circus Raider, Sharif. I know he got a lot to say. He's probably going to call in or even join the show later. Farhan, Lori, Juan Hernandez, a Spotlight Creators Talk. What's up, everyone? Light that torch, hit that like button. Yeah, this is therapy. Oh, I don't even know what to say at this point. So, Omar, I give it to you.
I mean, I got to go back all the way before the season started when they announced Josh McDaniels as our head coach. I didn't want Josh McDaniels as our head coach. I didn't think he would be a good head coach. I wanted to be wrong.
Just win, maybe.
No.
J-Dub says, just win, maybe, plea.
Maybe. That's good.
I'm like, I really want. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Lost for words for sure. And yeah, what do you say? You can't say anything at this point.
It's unbelievable. I mean, he's literally taking a playoff team that went through scandal, loss of a head coach, starting wide receiver go to jail. You know, the team. We had a player kill someone. You know, everybody felt this. We all felt it as fans felt it. They were going through it last year, still making it into the playoffs. This team, I mean, last week they absolutely laid down. There was no fighting our dog in NOLA. This week we see.
Well, you were there.
In the right,
you saw it, right?
I'm
sure I understand.
I'm still traumatized. From the game in NOLA, but I was hoping redemption was going to be a part of what we saw today, and I got absolutely no redemption. I mean, all I saw was consistency of, hey, we can get a lead, and then we can blow that lead and give it up. And it's terrible. This coaching is terrible.
Yeah. It's bad. I mean, they've blown so many leads. Three 17-plus point leads. I think 2 17-point leads with 1 20-point lead. I mean, and then get outscored roughly between 25 to 27 to 3 points in the second half. Like, that's completely unexcusable. Yeah, I think we're all at a loss for words.
We're getting out coached. We are getting out-coached. They are coaches. I mean, I don't think the New York Giants has a better cast of players than the Raiders do. But Brian Daboll got those boys playing. They got 6 wins. Brand new coach, young quarterback. Best player on their team is the running back, in my opinion. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he is doing a whole lot more with less in New York. And that's where I am. Like I say, I don't have anything. I can sit here and try to nitpick some players and say, oh, Chandler Jones not getting sacks. Blah. You know, I can pick some individual players that we may say are underachieving. But before I can say one thing about any player right now, I have to say this coaching is not putting anybody in the best position to do their best work. They're just not. So how am I going to sit there and complain about a player's play when the play that he's playing to isn't going to ever allow him to be his best. And then you even hear Devontae after this game say, why did we change? We had something working. We were putting up points, and the play calling changed in the second half, and we pitched goose eggs, no points in the second half. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just coaching.
What do you make of this? What do you make of this, Omar? Lori, hey, what's up, girl? She just said, heard we just signed quarterback Sidney Jones, ? Yes, that has been rumors. Raiders to sign Sidney Jones is the headline. And that was posted today at about 5:15 Eastern time, or excuse me, Pacific time. So, there's the buzz right there. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, the Raiders are signing Sidney Jones according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. What do you think about that?
I think he's a cornerback. I don't think he's a quarterback. I think he's a corner. But like I say, I'm not going to say anything about any of these players. I mean, I just do not think these coaches are putting them in the best position to make plays. I just don't. I think that, it's a new offense, and I don't think that meeting that said, hey, what do you do well so we can incorporate this into our plays, I don't think that happened. I mean, it's almost like Josh is saying, what can't you do? Because that's what I want you to do.
Yes, cornerback, everyone. Yes.
Oh my God! Optimistic Omar is, left. He's left the building. Tell it like it is.
I jumped on that. You know what? I settled down after we said McDaniel's going to be our coach. I said, all right, I'm going to buy in. Hopefully he learned some things from the first time of being a head coach, and he's going to take his failings, turn them into power. You know what I mean? Say, hey, I've learned. I fell down. I got back up. I'm going to do this. I mean, I'm just like, hey, dude, it's not looking that way. I don't know, when he was in New England, did he do some of the stupid plays that he calls now that he's the head coach? I don't think so. At least I don't remember. I mean, because why the hell would you throw to Devontae behind the line of scrimmage? Every time only thing we're going to get out of Devontae is a hurt Devontae doing that. I mean, why? We got fast guys that you can throw that ball to and do that from behind the line of scrimmage that are fast. They're running backs. They can sit there and get contact and get yards after contact. They can do a whole lot of things that Devontae can't do. So that would be my number one target if I want a short pass behind the line of scrimmage and letting somebody get yards after the catch. Devontae, he can burn guys. He can do all kinds of things to get separation. He should be doing that. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm looking at some of this stuff, and I'm just like, what in the world? I'm like, hey, here we go. All right, here's me being optimistic. The most optimistic thing I can say for the rest of the season is, Josh McNugget, will you please stop calling plays? Just turn over the offense to your offensive coordinator and just manage the whole thing and the game. Don't just stop calling plays. Let your coordinator do it. I mean, seriously, because McNugget is just, I mean, he's looking like a train wreck. Oh, yeah. Josh McNugget. I mean, you heard it here first, dude. I mean, literally, I would enjoy a 20-piece of McNuggets more than watching these Raiders right now. And I don't even eat fast food very much. I mean, come on. Anyway, that's just me. Like I say, I look at what's going on offense and defense. I mean, on the defensive ball, I think losing Hayward in the offseason hurt us. He was a good corner. He was a dang good corner. Rock Ya-Sin is doing okay, but I have to question, are they getting put in the best position they can? Hobbs is, he's injured, so he's not playing. I thought he was just, he was getting better and better and better, and was, in my opinion, was continue to get better. But like I say, you guys, with second half, defense can't stop anything. Offense can't put up any points. It just has me like, come on. You know what I mean? We know we needed some pieces in the offense. Like I said, in the defense. We lost our starting cornerback. We know our offensive line still had some work, but hey, in this game, Carr had some time. So you can't blame our line. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm scratching my head like Devontae. Like, wait a minute. We were killing them in the passing game for the first half. Why in the second half did we stop? Take what they're giving you. Yeah, we know that Josh, that our running game has had some good days. The last 2 weeks, it has not. But our passing game was having its day. So, I mean, Devontae, 100 and some yards in the first half? Come on. I'm like, man, our coaches are ruining this team. Because I'm going to say, player-wise, we have some better players than we had last year. We had issues with the line a little bit. We struggled all the way until almost the end of the season. Did our line finally start gelling? So we've been through that already. Like I say, you can say, if you ask me about the line, I'm going to say, I can say the same thing last year. That line didn't until week 12, something like that. I mean, yeah, like I say, I'm busy. Anyone else?
No, it's bad, Omar. It's bad. I don't even know what to say. Look, we look at the Derek Carr woes and issues. He's overthrowing people. He's not accurate. Same old stuff. Everything that you've seen in a scouting report 9 years ago as a college player still. He gets spooked. He gets scared. He throws it away. You know, he leaves his players out to dry. All the stuff we see week after week after week is exhausting. But again, it's not just him. Like you said, the coaching is complete trash. The coaching is god-awful. You alluded to this earlier, but, speaking about Josh McDaniels, they made a point today that Josh McDaniels got out-coached by whatever his name is on the other side of the field. I know he was like an offensive coordinator at the time when McDaniels, that is. But, yeah, I mean, we could just go down the list. We got Waller, who's not even showing up to play anymore.
Yeah.
This is an ongoing thing since last season, and since he's not showing up to play, that takes defenders that would ordinarily be guarding Waller. Now they're guarding, Devontae. But, Moreau stepped up. Good for him. But yeah, just a complete mess. And don't even get me. I'm so sick and tired of fall forward Renfro. Like, he's done. He can't take a hit. He slides. He falls.
So bad today. He got a couple of runs in there.
He did a couple runs, but dude, catch the ball and take a hit and get some yards. He catches the ball and slides, or he catches the ball and falls down. Like, Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback for the Jags, is willing to take a hit more than Renfro is to get it, to get that first down. And it's just like, this team they don't seem like, I don't know if it starts with Carr, not having the heart, and it trickles down because he's the leader of the team, and everyone else kind of like lackadaisical. I don't have the heart. It's just the game bullshit as well. But this team just is just not great. Not good.
No. Like I said, I don't think there's any fight in these dogs. And I think it starts with McNugget. I'm thinking, you got to put these guys in position to make plays. We all know if you're out there, you're confident. How can they be confident when everything they're doing gets neutralized? When they're playing checkers and the other team is playing chess? Like I say, I can't blame the players. You know what I mean? I think, look at Renfro. Let's look at Renfro last season. Did Renfro last season not take a hit? Did Renfro last season not make catches and make really good catches? You know what I mean? It's night and day.
I think he made good catches, but no, I think he was fall forward Renfro last year too, to be honest. It just seems like it's getting worse.
But if you're falling forward for that first down, we're loving you. If that happens,
I kind of disagree, actually, because if you could fall forward for the first down, get a couple more yards. Try to get a couple more yards. Like, he's just like, okay, caught it first down, good enough. That's called mediocrity. Okay, that's doing just enough to get the job done and not doing anything more or better or excelling. And I personally am not okay with that.
I hear you, but I have to say too, if you look at a couple of the balls that was thrown, you know what I mean? Where Carr, he's so running and throwing the ball. But a lot of times, these guys, it's hard for our receivers when they're getting thrown the ball, if you go back and look to get yards after the catch, the way those balls are, if you're laying out for that ball and you don't even have your feet underneath you, you're going to fall forward. You're going to fall because you're not going to even – how many balls do we see getting – and like I say, I'm not knocking on Carr. I'm just saying I think it's hard for people to play well and do all those things that we think they should be doing or have seen them do before in a system that's not helping them, and a system that's not giving them any confidence, in a play that is getting read. The defense is making plays all over the place because everything we're doing is obvious. You know what I mean? We ain't fooling nobody. We're not hitting gaps where, oh, the defender is lost or anything. Nope, they're right all over it every time. You know what I mean? So, like I said, and I know everybody remembers the term of, will Carr ever throw receivers open? Have that type of mentality where he's that much in control of the offense. He can position people here and there. Well, I'm saying our coaches is not helping get any of that done. You know what I mean? And it's almost like every throw we're trying to make sometimes. Look, 3 minutes left in this game. Our offense stalls. 3 minutes left. We had a chance. Nope, we didn't have a chance. We had a chance. We had that same chance a whole half and couldn't move the ball all of a sudden. And like I say, it's coaching. It is. You know what I mean?
It's a big part of it. And I see a lot of comments in here about my Renfro comment, and I'm happy to hear your feedback. J-Dub says, it's better to get a catch and get what's given rather than a chance to fumble, in my opinion. Secure the ground given. There's some other comments in here. But my point is, it's every single time. It's not a one-off thing. It's not a one-off thing where he, break a tackle once in a while. Or how about just once at all? Once at all. Maybe use a stiff arm, something. Okay?
I don't know if that's Renfro's skill set. Look at Renfro. Let's just talk about Renfro. 5'7", 140 pounds soaking wet. He is not the break tackle machine. He is the sticky hands machine that can get there, get that first down for you. That's why he was called Third and Renfro. His name wasn't Yak. His name wasn't yard after catch. And if that's what you do it well. Hell, we've needed that for quite a bit of time. We needed someone with some sure hands to make plays for us. We used to be able to count on Renfro all day. It wasn't until this season, I think, where he's even come into question about his play style and what he means to the team. You know what I mean? Because of his fumble. I mean, all of a sudden everybody has to drop seas this season. I mean, they just look like a badly coached team. They look like a team that's not fooling anybody. They look one-dimensional at times. You know what I mean? We'll have a game, a balanced game. We've had, maybe 2 of those where we ran the ball effectively and threw the ball effectively. Then all of a sudden we get one-dimensional all of a sudden. I mean, and then can't even continue with the hot hand like Devontae said.
Omar, we got a caller here. Caller, you're on. Tell me who you are. What's good?
Can I drink? We need to say just win, baby, just so I can have a drink.
7
years old. Can you hear? Can you hear, Omar? Omar, can you hear?
I can hear you, yeah.
Can you hear the caller? Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, I said my name is Michael Yusuf. Been a Raider fan since I was about 6 years old.
What's up, Mike?
So I'm 35 years a Raider fan.
All right, what's up? What's up, Mike?
Pissed off is with the.
Please go ahead.
I'm pissed.
Well, tell me what you thought about the game, though. What part really pissed you off?
I don't understand how in the hell he was up 20-7 and still lose 27-20. I watched the game for the first half. I was like, cool. I took a little nap. I woke up and we was down 24-20. I'm like, what the freaking hell?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Do you think it's a coach? Do you think it's the players don't have heart? quarterback. We're gonna figure this out together. We're gonna figure this out.
Josh McDaniels, he got to go.
You got fired.
I remember when Rich Bisaccia was the coach on an interim basis. The players played for him. His Josh McDaniels and his idiotic ass play calling, trying to make us do the Patriot way, basically dismantled the entire team. You gotta go.
Yeah, he got to go. I mean, Mark Davis has said, I think recently after the last loss, that Josh McDaniels isn't going anywhere. I agree. I've been saying this for 3 weeks now, I think, that, cut your losses now and let him go.
Well, you know what? I think Magic Johnson needs to buy the entire team, not just a percentage. He needs to buy the entire team and turn this whole organization around.
Hey, it can't get any worse.
I mean, look what he did for the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers haven't had losing season since he took over ownership. So, hey, he can do the same for the Raiders. Mark Davis looks like a freaking stool literally.
He does.
Tell us how you really feel.
He does, actually.
So just win, right?
Just win.
Maybe.
I don't know. Man, it's killing me. And then I got people tagging me on social media talking about, where's Michael Houston at? Where's Michael Houston at? He needs to come to the podium. I ain't got nothing to say no more. I mean, I've been enduring this for over 20 years. Like, people been teasing me and talking to me ever since that Super Bowl season. And it's getting worse and worse. It's hard.
It's hard. It's hard being a Raider fan.
It is, and it really is, because, like I said, I've been a Raider fan since I was 6 years old, all right? That season that the Raiders actually won the Super Bowl, I was a baby, okay? I was 1 year old, getting ready to turn 2 that year. And I mean, I still have yet to witness a Raider Super Bowl victory in my lifetime. Now, I watch all other favorite teams from other sports win a championship. The Raiders is the only team I've never seen win the Super Bowl. And I was just for once, before I leave this earth, want to see the Raiders win the Super Bowl. Is that too hard to ask? That's too much to ask.
It is not. It is not.
I don't know. It's proven to be, actually. Unfortunately, it's proven to be, but like we're saying, just win, baby. Come on. We're pleading with you. Well, thank you for your call. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having me.
Stay
of course. All right. Yes, stay with us. All right. We'll put the callback number back up here if anybody else wants to call in and vent. I'm going to go through some of these comments in here. Raider Travis says, I was never happy bringing in a tuck rule coach into the Raiders. Lori agrees with that. Lori, I agree with you, Raider Travis. We should have known better. Right. Circus Raider says, save us, Magic Johnson. J-Dub, play calling is 70% the problem. Play preparation is 15% the problem. Player execution is 10% the problem. Head coach is accountable for the team's performance.
Okay. Break it down and fire the coach.
Break it down.
I'm just like, if Mark Davis is not going to fire him, can they at least tell him, hey, give Mick Lombardi the offense, please. Stay away. Manage the whole thing, but you know what I mean? Take that play calling duty away from him. Somebody needs to, because, yeah. McNugget sucks. I need to, instead of saying Raiders sucks, I'm just going to focus on him.
That's fine. Mr. Took Your Soul. We need Captain Save a Ho. Oh wait, does it say that? Just kidding. Sorry. I misread that. Captain. Yes. We need anyone to come save us at this point. If you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook, come watch on YouTube. And if you want to call in and vent, give us your opinion about this despicable performance today or lack thereof, the call-in number is there on the screen, so give us a buzz.
I mean, let's take a look at Miami. They were a playoff team. They got a new coach, and he's got 6 wins right now. I mean, here us with the new coach, and it's a McDaniels. Ours is a McNugget, though. Theirs is McDaniels. Ours is McNugget. And here we are with 2 wins. Inconsistency on both sides of the ball, I'm going to say. But I'm going to say more the offense. Our offense should be a lot more high-powered than what we see, and they should be a lot more consistent. They should be able to score points in every quarter, not just the first half, or ever get shut out. The Saints defense is not that good. We made them look like they were a top 5 defense.
That's what we were saying. We're like, yeah, how can you make a bad team look better?
Well, the Raiders 2 consecutive weeks have made losing teams, not good teams, look like they're the shit of the league. I mean, they make them look phenomenal.
And they both had new head coaches. The Saints, Dennis Allen, this is his first season as head coach with the Saints. Peterson today is his first year with Jacksonville. So you got 2 teams that are at the very same level as you are, let's just say, with new systems and new, with things that have changed from last season. Both help. The Saints starting quarterback wasn't even playing, Jameis Winston, and I'm going to say, you know what I mean? They're not stable at the QB position. Then you have a team in Jacksonville with a young, second year quarterback and a new coach, and we can't win. We showed a little bit of life in the first half, and then we laid down in the second.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is like, before this game was 5 for 20 in his first 25 starts, and then he goes out there and looks like he's the stud of the league that can do whatever he wants, take a hit, make a pass, make the moves, move out of the pocket, audible, whatever, everything. It's like
So let's start beginning the game. We were liking how I was liking how it went to Adams all the time. Just it was working, right? It was working, and when they came back out, it just fell apart. But once it hit was 17-0, I was like, that's it. That's a jinx number. We are not coming back from this. Just stop it. Don't say that. I'm like, no, we're done.
I mean, but here's me, though. I'm looking at us the first half, and I'm just like, I couldn't really get excited. Because
start 3-0 again.
I've seen us give up 20 points. So I'm like, I've seen us get shut out for a whole game. So I'm just sitting there like, I'm just, I can't even enjoy a lead because it means nothing to this team. Nothing. The offense will take their feet off the gas pedal at any time. And it's like to me, like I say, it's all McDaniels. I mean, look at the Vikings. The Vikings has a veteran quarterback, and they got a new head coach, and they got 7 wins. And I'm like, come on, man, we made a mistake. I've seen people say, oh, it's a rebuild. No, it wasn't.
No.
I'm going to disagree with anyone who says just because we brought in a new head coach and a new GM that it's a rebuild. It wasn't a rebuild. That was a reload. That was supposed to be a reload of a playoff team. Just like some of these other teams reloaded. We didn't change out our starting quarterback. We kept our good players, at least the ones that most of our good players that we could. We added in one of the best receivers. We were not rebuilding. This is just a bad reload. That's like having a great gun and putting in shit freaking bullets.
Pellets instead of bullets. Look, we're in the middle point of the season here of 8 games in. That wouldn't typically be the midway point if it weren't for the extra game. The Raiders are under 2,000 yards here, receiving, I believe it is 19 something or other. Devontae Adams is arguably the best wide receiver in the game, and he's averaging less than 100 yards a game. I mean, last game they almost didn't use him at all. This game they used him for like a quarter, you know, and then stopped. And I mean, that's just, I mean, when you, okay, coaching, sure. However, I mean, it's also the one constant has been Carr in this. The one constant has been Carr. Y'all would be surprised if Devontae Adams didn't announce his retirement just to get the hell out of off the Raiders team.
I mean, I see D says, why is anybody surprised? I'm surprised because I see coaches doing more with less. That's why. I am seeing teams that doesn't have as good of a roster have a better record. I mean, we just have we don't have I'm not saying our roster was great, but I'm saying our roster is better, in my opinion, than last year, short of the cornerback position because of that loss of Hayward. I don't think we can say that Rocky Sin is equal to Hayward, at least not at that play level that we saw last year. But I'm going to say short of that, this is a better roster. Because like I said, last year we had O-line problems, just like we did this year. And they still performed at a much more consistent rate, and they did better definitely at this point in the season. Our record was a lot better. So yeah, I am surprised.
Here's the thing. That's kind of I see that question in a two-part type of thing. I said this earlier. So I am surprised that the Raiders are 2-6. However, I'm not surprised they're in last place. I've said this all along. I always thought they would be fighting for third. I think that's where they are. I still think that's where they are. Well, no, they're dead last. But so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they're fighting for a third place position, but I am surprised they're fighting for it at 2-6. I would expect them to be fighting for it at 3-5 or something like that, just a little bit better. I thought the Broncos were going to do a little better, and I thought the Raiders would do a little better. So,
and guess what? I'm going to say Nathaniel Hackett is not a great coach either, because I think I'm with you. I thought Denver would be a little bit better, and people are making that, and I'm going to get off of this real quick because I am not a Broncos fan. I hate the Broncos, but I'm going to make a quick little point here. Everybody's like, oh, look how great Geno Smith looks. Look at Russell Wilson. And I'm just saying, I think one is not getting coached as well as they used to get coached. I'm like, I could be wrong, you guys, but that is just my personal opinion. I do think coaching matters a lot. I think it does. Have you ever worked for a shit manager and they brought out the absolute worst in you? I have.
I have also, so I hear you.
And he brings out the whole atmosphere brings out the absolute best in you. Your leadership matters, and I'm not talking about players. I'm just talking about especially coaching. And if you feel like you're being set up to fail, no matter what you say in front of that mic, no matter how much optimism you have, how much a believer in what's supposed to happen, but when you see these plays getting consistently neutralized, and then you see something work, and then the coach start doing shit that doesn't work, and then keep you doing it, I don't care. You're gonna, at some point, just like you were saying, Devontae might get ready to retire. I mean, he's probably not gonna retire, but he's gonna be pretty upset. I mean, somebody getting pushed down in Kansas City is one thing, but you know what I mean? I think we're gonna have some more pissed off players if this team continues to perform the way they're performing. And a lot of that has to do with how they're being coached and the plays that they're getting called. So that's my opinion. Raider Nation, what y'all think?
Well, they did say, Carr did say that they did bond this week at the hotel. So that's a good thing. They're bonding, they're bro bonding, but they got to bring that out to the field. And you can bond.
Yeah, well, I mean, the players can bond. You can. All right, I'm gonna make another scenario. How about the manager you do like, but he just don't know what the hell he's doing? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you ask him a question, he really doesn't know. Hey, most likable person on the planet, I'd probably rather hang out with you and drink with you than work for you. I mean, like I say, all these things happen. They happen to us in everyday life. I think it's happening and playing out on the field right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, until I see different. Yep. Yep.
Somebody,
We
did
picked the
somebody
wrong
say
head
just
coach.
win, baby? Son ain't right.
Just win, baby. If you want to call in, the call numbers on the screen. We want to hear from you, Raider Nation. I know there's a lot of great comments here. I'm going to just go ahead and read through some of them. Circus Raider says, man, our defense is trash. What is up with those holograms we call defensive tackles? Those twinkle gobblers couldn't stop a parked car. Okay. Hey, I always say this. I'll exclude Mad Max in that. Mad Max, in my opinion, he does his thing. He's a real Raider. He fights like I know the Raider, the OG Raiders to do. So if we can just clone him.
And he did that roly-poly today. Did y'all see that?
And to add to that, did our GM make a mistake trading Yannick and getting Chandler Jones? You know, that was a management decision to do that. And Yannick has what? 4.5, 5 sacks. Chandler Jones has what, a half? Yeah. I mean, and like I say, that was a player personnel decision that we did. We wanted Rocky Sin, but we lost Hayward, you know, so maybe we should have just tried to keep Hayward, pay him some money, kept Yannick, you know what I mean, kept a few pieces that were tested for us. So, like I say, I haven't really got on the GM yet, but if there's ever one thing thus far that I can say stand out in the decision that I believe he made, it was trading away Yannick and getting Chandler Jones. And, but I'm going to go back to coaching. Could there be some play calling that could help out our defense? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, at this point, before I even talk about players, I'm just thinking, hey, the leadership here to me is more in question because I see people doing more with less. So.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But unfortunately, we could sit here and talk about this every single night. But as far as I know, Mark Davis said he's not going anywhere. But you look at something like, I don't know if anybody watched the Sunday Night Football game tonight, and I know we all hate Brady here as Raiders fans. But if you watch what's going on, there's less than a minute left. Brady can foresee a potential chance to get the ball back. He's not sitting on the bench. He's talking to the coach. He's pointing things out. He's looks like he's suggesting plays. And then he comes in and he just executes. You know what I mean? Like, Carr can't do that. He just can't. He's not capable of it. I think it's a mental thing. It's a little bit skill set. He's not as skilled. But really, it's just mental. He doesn't believe in him. I don't think he believes in himself, to be honest.
I mean, he's definitely not near your Peyton Manning, who was a field general. He was an offensive coordinator in a quarterback's body. You know what I mean? And no, Carr definitely needs someone to set him up for success. And it's just not getting done. I mean, and we all know the best offensive coordinator that did that for him, we had, that was our 12 and 4 season when we went to the playoffs. Carr got hurt. And short of that, we haven't seen anyone, run that offense from a coordinator or head coach position as well as that season. You know what I mean? Even John Gruden, I don't think, orchestrated the offense as well as what we saw in that season. And I mean, like I say, like you're saying, I don't think Carr's ever going to be that quarterback. And I think, and before I say that, I could have sworn McDaniels was like, yeah, he gets like 1 or 2 reads. Now, I read about this comment he made, I think, last week when they were asking him, does he allow, how much rope does Carr have out there to make audibles and all this stuff? And it didn't sound like he had a lot. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like he had a lot. Now, I don't know if that's for good reasons or bad reasons. Like I say, I don't know how much rope, does Carr actually need an offensive coordinator who does all the thinking for him, gives him very little, but what they give him is playing chess out there. You know what I mean? Because our offensive coordinator ain't playing checkers. And he's reading the defense himself, so he's calling in good plays that he knows is going to be effective. Like I say, I don't know if, let's just say, we know Carr hasn't shown us that he is that type of field general on that level. I mean, we would see Peyton Manning sit out there and orchestrate and just run a no huddle and just going through audibles, everything, and keep the ball moving. So, like I say, I remember last year seeing Carr do a little bit of some of that. Sometimes you see him calling the protections and doing some of that stuff, but, I just, like I say, I think it's going to be extremely difficult with the offense.
Tired of playing. I just think he's over it. He's going to get through the season. He's going to retire as a Raider. He's going to do the best he can, which is not the best that we need. And it's time. Well, like you said, it starts with the coach, but I think they go hand in hand. All
right. I would just love for them to just give Mick Lombardi the offense. Here, Mick, go on ahead. I mean, it's okay. There's been head coaches that don't run one of the units. It's happened before. You know what I mean? I just think. I mean, if you think of McDaniels in New England, his offenses looked good. Of course, it had Tom Brady, number one, who could make great. But I don't recall some of the bonehead. I don't recall seeing those in New England. So I think he may need to limit himself a bit. Or like I say, hey, give it to Mick. You know what I mean? Because it's just not working, bro. It's just not. And we're going to be stuck with them. I see Raider Travis like, anyone's jumping ship. Nah, man, nobody's jumping ship. If I was jumping ship, I'd be quiet. I wouldn't be Put that.
Is this a joke or not? Is this a joke? Are we being facetious? McDaniels was the right coach for the Raiders. He's brilliant.
No. That's sarcasm at its finest.
Okay.
That's sarcasm at its finest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give us your side of the story.
But to that point, that's what everybody was saying. For even when he sucked in Denver, like a season or two later, you got to remember, Josh McDaniels turned down a head coaching job in Indianapolis. He turned it down. He jumped all over this. He jumped all over the Raiders job. I mean, and I think his success in New England, I mean, it's carrying him, but I think this should be the end. You know what I mean? Because like I say, we see some first time head coaches out here having success. Mike McDaniels, first time head coach. Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings, first time head coach. Brian DeBall, right now, who's my favorite because, like I say, I think he's doing more with less out there, first-time head coach. So, I mean, I think McDaniels is overrated. To that comment that Sonny said, that's the same thing everybody was saying. He's one of our brilliant offensive minds. Well, I think he might be brilliant in a box that Belichick probably had him in. Hey, this is what we do. We don't do that wild, crazy shit here. And he had Tom Brady, who also probably said, I don't do this shit. You know what I mean? Right. So you got a good dog on a choke chain. Hey, okay, he does well. But now where he has his freedom to do all these other things, and I think, you know what, maybe he needs to go back and limit himself. Or, in my opinion right now, since we stuck with him, give it to Mick Lombardi. We need signs that saying, please let Lombardi run the offense.
And then McDaniels, he doesn't come off with confidence at the meetings, at the post interviews and meetings. He just seems like kind of reserved, and embarrassed. So I wonder if he even takes that to the locker room. Does he bring confidence to the guys? Does he speak with positivity and all that? He just seems really, I don't know, kind of like a sissy. I don't want to say sissy, but he's not a confident man. And you have to have that for your players.
I like that. Okay, you call him Josh McNugget. I'm kind of on board with the Josh McCucka. Josh McCucka Daniels got to go.
I love that. I think Macaca definitely beats McNugget.
Right? I think we'll go with that one. And J-Dub, of course, real fans
yeah.
don't jump ship. We're
Right.
very outspoken, critical of our team, but
True.
never jumping ship. That's true. Listen, we sit here and say the Raiders suck. It's a fact. Okay, we're not talking shit. We're not. It's a fact. They're terrible.
And I don't even say,
Terrible.
look. And I love my team so much. I don't say they suck. I say we suck.
Yeah.
I do.
And when someone calls us out, they say, you guys suck. You're like, yeah, we know.
We know. We watch every game.
Right? I'm like, we suck. I'm a part of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in this. It's like, having that crazy ass family member that you like, oh, fuck, yeah, that's my cousin. You know what I mean?
We're going to have to start voting on these. Now we got
names.
Coach McChucklenuts.
Can all those, any good names for McNugget, can we just drink to all of the above? You know what I mean?
Yes.
McDummy.
We'll throw on a Josh McDummy.
Right, bring it.
Okay, our therapy class has really gone like,
I'm feeling better. I mean, we have to rely on each other. We all we got right now. You know what I mean? Like Raider Nation, we all we got. Shoot.
Who wants to call in? There's a number up top. You can get it. It's 510-394-4409. Call and give us your name for coach.
Oh, yeah. Diarrhea. Wow, we're getting some good ones in here. I still love Macaca, though. I'm sorry. I love all these other names right now, but Macaca is still number one. Macaca has my vote. I'm loving it. Josh
McDiarrhea. Josh McClown-Yoles. That credit goes to Circus Raider, by the way. Okay, well, whoever made it up, it's funny.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Love it.
So are we feeling better?
All we can do is laugh at this point, I guess.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah. And see.
Yeah.
I remember being in NOLA, and I'm partying the whole time I'm there. I jump on, do a show. I'm hella optimistic. I'm like, hell yeah. Especially because Kamara was talking shit. I'm thinking, who wouldn't be fired up? They talking shit. We about to clown them. They just, I was like, what just happened? It was traumatic. And then I'm thinking, all right, you know what? We might have a little chance still. Here we go to Jacksonville. Another 2-win team. You play two-win teams back to back and come up short. I'm sorry.
And stay a 2-win team ourselves out of that.
Right. We couldn't even split the difference.
It should be 4-4, at least. Minimal.
Man. I mean, where's the team that fought with Kansas City to a 1-point game? I mean, there was a lot of fighting those dogs in that game. I have not seen that. Like I say, it looked like there was some fight in the first half, and then they start laying down. And I think when they know that some of this Josh McFly.
Wait. Stormy McDaniels.
Stormy McDaniels, damn.
Dang.
Wow. Hey, but Stormy, she was good at her job. Hey, but Stormy, she was at the top of her game, though. Come on.
This is true.
I don't know. I don't think he deserves the Stormy name yet. Oh, man. But, hey, I feel you, though.
These names are so funny.
Oh, my God.
Therapy works.
I guess so. How much is DC making this year? Omar, do you know year by year?
Who?
Derek Carr, what he's making this year. How's that?
No, I don't know it. I know. I do believe, though, we can easily get out of his contract, though, after this season. So, you know what I mean? But, I'm sorry, you guys. And this is not pro Carr
$25 million, I think it is. $25 million.
Or against
a bunch of cap space.
I'm just saying, I'm not for Carr or against Carr, but I don't care who we put under center right now. I don't think this coaching staff is going to be successful. I just don't. I think it's a waste of time thinking about trading out Carr, doing anything with these guys. You know what I mean? I think coaching matters a lot.
Totally.
And I mean, there are two key positions that has to be on point: your coaching and your quarterback to be successful. I think, you know what I mean. Unless you got a number one defense, of course, you know what I mean, that can cover up all the mistakes. And we don't. And our defense is not that good. And like I said, but I think it's more to coaching than it is to players. You know what I mean? Because I think our defense played with a lot more. I think the whole team played with a lot more passion and heart last season. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe we need some drama. Maybe we need some drama or something.
I don't think this is true, but Omar, if you know anyone in the chat, doesn't he have a no trade clause in his contract? I'm pretty sure they could dump him after this year if they wanted
I
to.
don't know. I don't know about the no clause. I just know that we could get rid of him after this season, and
Right.
it wouldn't, you know, we wouldn't get caught with too much dead money. And I don't know if it's a trade, if it's just a cut. You know what I mean? Just like, hey, we're releasing him. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're going to
think
do
they
it, but I
right.
think they can, if they chose
Yeah.
to, could get out of it this year and let him go.
All right. But I think if they do that, it's just he'll play the fall guy to Makaka not being a good head coach and Mr. Davis not
Send them
wanting
both
to.
back in. Send them both back in.
Oh, what did that
You know,
say?
because Davis
But then
ain't.
somebody's pointing here, I think it was Mr. Took Your Soul.
Like,
Who are we replacing him with? I mean, that's a great point. You know, you go, okay, you say let's fire McDaniels. Okay, but then who's better right now? Which unemployed head coach is better right now besides us three, who could probably go 2-6?
The first name that come up that I like, I mean, number one, Sean Payton. We should have got Harbaugh, but Harbaugh now signed a nice contract. So, but Harbaugh was interested, and we screwed up and not. You know, he's a proven commodity, which we should have picked up. But I think right now, Sean Payton would, in my mind, would be the first. He would be my first call. That just like I say, that I think that's out there, and that I think would be won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I definitely would like that. I definitely would love Sean Payton.
Yes, people agree with you. So,
I'm sure there's a whole list of really good coordinators out there that if we wanted to take a chance on some first timers too, that I can't think of right now. But like I say, but yeah, SP is the first guy on my list.
All right, we've got some people agreeing with you. J-Dub, Juan Hernandez, Raiders, Allegiance. So yeah, they all say the same thing. Well, we're about up on our therapy session here. You know, it's a therapist hour, so that's how we roll.
We only charge you thumbs up and share and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah. So tune in on Tuesday nights for Life or Raiderettes Roundtable. We have two more fabulous females that will be on our show this Tuesday night at 6:30. So tune in. They're energetic, they're beautiful, they're talented, they're athletic, and they're going to be sharing some behind-the-scenes stories of being a Raiderette. So
I know. Really,
in.
always excited to hear from them.
And
I'm just hoping everybody feels better after this hour.
All right.
I'm a drink a little more, and then it'll work.
Totally. That's it. That's all we can do. Well, all right, everyone in the chat, if you haven't already, like that button, light the torch, hit that like button, and we go out one way and only one way. Ray!